All right, let's get this show on the road. Welcome back, everyone. Breakout Racing League Tier 5. This is round 10 at Austria tonight. Championship leaders, Ferrari, looking to have a good race tonight. The McLaren's trying to keep that battle alive. 14 drivers on the grid tonight. We'll see who can come out on qualifying. 18-minute qualifying, and then we have a 36-lap race for you later.
Of course, 14 people, the average attendance for Tier 4. Some people are going out now. Oh, jeez.
So first one's out of the pits tonight is the Ferrari of Tweaking. The AlphaTauri of Phantom right behind him. It will be interesting to see how these drivers fare through qualifying. We'll have to see if Tweaking can keep his streak of pole position bankers, or at least very competitive banker laps.
Yeah, Ferrari have been very, very strong in qualifying, and most of the time they can pull it off in the race. They've been finishing consistent top 3s, top 5s, so they're definitely looking as the strongest team in the grid right now.
So it looks like first driver to set a lap will actually be Kieran Evans in the Haas. Kieran was saying he's had a couple poor races in a row, but looking to change that around this week. As he opens up DRS and goes for the first flying lap of the night. Only 2 drivers electing to have medium tires as of right now. That would be Marlon and Boosted in the McLaren and Mercedes, respectively. Kieran keeping it tidy through turn 1. DRS wide open, going downhill here. See how much speed he can carry here to the end of Sector 1. This upcoming left-hander is a very difficult corner. I imagine a lot of drivers will be invalidating as, speak of the devil, Kieran does invalidate his first flying lap through there. So that is a corner to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, Hungary, it's a pretty, what would I say, demanding track, I guess, with the track limits. I mean, one little meter and
as Phantom invalidates too. So 2 drivers, 2 flying laps that have been invalidated. Make it 3 for 3. Money Hustard also invalidates through there. See if his teammate Tweaking can keep it legal. He does. So Tweaking the only one so far on a legal lap. As Marlon and the McLaren behind also keeping it nice and clean through there.
Oh, invalidated.
Oh, Tweaking invalidates on that exit there. Just got a bit of wheel spin and was unable to catch it.
Marlon on the mediums right now. The strategy here is very interesting. You can go medium hards. That is the Jock retired. Oh yeah, Jock retired as always. But you can go medium hard, and that is the fastest strategy. But with all the traffic and everything, you can pull soft hard. It is slower mathematically, but yeah, it is fast. It is track position.
I think Harry Jock crashed out.
Yeah,
his team Caveman's still in the pits.
Yeah, he was actually
as
going
Marlon
for a lap.
Sets a lap.
Yeah, Marlon sets the fastest lap on mediums. Tito, 4/10 behind him on the softs. So Marlon so far looking very strong on those mediums. Shifts past him, 14.7.
As Money Hustard on his second attempt at a flying lap. Purple through Sector 1 as he invalidates. So that is 2 invalidated laps in a row. So looks like track limits are going to be one of the drivers' biggest challenges tonight. Forget the other drivers. They just have to keep it clean and on the track.
Exactly.
Kieran Boosted setting a valid lap. Bit off. Yep, Kieran Evans in the Haas. His second try gets him 3rd place. As Larson fan just behind him in 4th. As Phantom comes across the line, Phantom goes 5th on his second attempt. So it looks like those tires got pretty worn out from the drivers trying to make one set of softs last 2 flying laps.
Yeah. No one out on a lap right now, as I see. Yeah, everyone's just on their, either they're out or they're out lap or they're in lap. So.
So as it stands right now, Shifts is on pole position by half a second here in the Renault. Marlon up in P2 on the mediums. So Marlon, that might be a good enough lap for him to just wait and see if he still is in the top 10 on the mediums. That might be a strategy call. It's the racing point of Ronnie, pulls into the pits there.
Yeah, Ronnie with a not so great debut. Actually, did he retire or did he finish the points? I forgot. I think he finished like 4th. Or that was another racing point.
No, I think that was Ronnie.
Yeah, and then I think Larson.
It was Larson fan who's having struggles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so a pretty mixed day for Racing Point. Hopefully they can, yeah, get consistent points right now. Everyone on their out laps. The track is pretty quiet out right now.
Right around the 11-minute mark, a lot of drivers are going to be going out to start their second flying lap.
Yeah, Redeemer is finally going to start his lap as well. Money on an out lap, never mind. I think that's Tweaking. Yeah, Tweaking and Marlon are the only, sorry, Redeemer are the only ones on our lap. But, I guess while we wait, let's go through standings right now for it. So, Marlon leading, 147 points, and sorry, not Marlon, sorry, Hustard, Money Hustard leading, 147 points, but Marlon is 22 points behind him at 125 points. He is the person with the most wins, though, so he has 4. No one currently can match that right now, so could he make it 5 wins today? We'll see. And Tweaking the second Ferrari in 3rd, 112 points, so he's still in the fight. Caveman in 4th, a few points behind Tweaking with 109. And Redeemer in 5th, the McLaren in 5th, 76 points, so he has a really big gap to the top 4 there. Tweaking sets a time 1:13.9, and Redeemer invalidates, so that time is not going to be valid, but that is again a really fast time for Tweaking. It's going to be very hard for someone to beat that in the 13s. I think he will be the only driver in the 13th in this session.
Yep, Shifts in 2nd place now, a whopping 8/10 off of Tweaking's time there. So strong early qualifying from Tweaking, not always the best when it comes to the later in the session, but always shows strong pace early on. So it looks like Shifts is on a lap right now, so let's see if Shifts can reply to that lap by Tweaking or not. As Shifts keeps it valid through there. Let's see how tight he can keep it to the apex on there. You do not want to touch that curb on the inside, as that will spin you right around.
Keeps it clean on the curb.
Shifts keeping it, yep, not taking too much curb. That he takes a bit of curb there, but every driver does. It's necessary to go fast. Is the other car pulling out of the way there. Let's see, he's purple through sector 2, so let's see if he can keep this up through sector 3. As Money Huster goes 3/10 up on Shifts, so the 2 Ferraris sitting 1-2 currently. As Shifts making it through the final corner, all the way down to 3rd gear before back on the power. And coming across the line, only improves marginally. So still 2/10 behind Money in 2nd there.
Yeah, Marlon's starting his outlap as well. I think Redeemer, Redeemer's going to the pits.
See, the Renault of Signs quite a ways off, down in 10th there. Looks like he is on a lap to try and salvage something out of this instead of being 14 seconds off the pace.
Ronnie goes fourth, 14.8, a second off of tweaking. That's really, the gap is huge.
And as Caveman is finally making a round to his outlap, and Redeemer's still in the pits. As Larson fan looked like he pulled out of the way to get out of traffic's way there.
Yeah, he's still doing it. Oh. Sainz is about to complete a lap. Going through the final corner. What can he do compared to his teammate in the Renault?
Coming across the line.
Oh.
6th fastest for Sainz.
Did you see that?
114.9.
He broke as soon as the line crossed. That cost him a lot of time.
Interesting. I wonder if Sainz is having trouble with his pedals or if that's just what he elected to do. I don't know.
Hugger Caveman, 4th in the standings right now. What can he do? In the soft,
It's Marlon out on the soft tire. Let's see what Marlon can put up against the Ferraris.
Everyone on the softs. Okay.
Coming through turn 3 there. Marlon going a bit wide, but that is the line to carry the most speed. Let's see if he can keep it tidy through this left-hander here. Purple in sector 1. Does he keep it tidy? He does. Gets nice and close to the apex there. Runs a bit wide, gets a bit squirrely, but that's alright. Shouldn't hurt him too much. Coming into this chicane here. Seems to carry a good bit of speed through. As he comes flying around these turns.
He's
Great
really
to
quick.
see these cars go around this track. Yeah, he's flying right now. But like they say, what looks fast isn't always fast, so let's see what the timing sheets say when he crosses the line here. Gets a bit wide on exit there. Misses the apex slightly through that turn, but that's alright.
Oh,
He carried
yeah.
a bit of speed.
In
And
the
he
pits.
abandons. Interesting.
That would have been. I think he wanted time for his final lap.
Ah, yes. So tweaking up in first position, still sitting there with his 113.9. Have to see if any of the other drivers can have something to say about that. Phantom on an in lap here.
Yeah, Hustard and Tweaking tied on poles for 3.
So as you can see, the Ferrari's no slouches in the qualifying or the race. As Money Hustard, who appears to be on a lap, goes purple sector 1. Driver's keeping it clean now. We're not seeing as many invalidations through there. And turns his ERS off. I wonder if he's abandoning this lap. Nope. So it's some strategic deployment from him. Doesn't want to get that added wheel spin. Coming through the fast left-hander. Oh, and he just invalidates. Goes a bit wide under that curb. Game said no lap for you on that one.
Redeemer's gonna cross the line. 12th. Oh, wow. That. Okay.
So interesting lap from Redeemer there.
113. I'm sorry, 137. Tweaking on an outlap
See
right
who else is
again
on the lap.
as well.
It looks like Kieran's on a lap. It is the Mercedes Boosted. Boosted is also on a lap. So these two will be the next two to cross the line here. See if Boosted can break into the top 10. Needs to improve his lap by a little over 2/10. Coming through the second to last corner here, nice and tidy. Pulling all the way over to the left to minimize the turn. on this final turn here, and coming across the line, it is 8th position for Boosted. See what Kieran in the Haas. Kieran improves to 4th.
Good qualifying position from Kieran. Ronnie goes to 3rd. Really good stuff for Redeemer. What is he set? 1:14.8 for Redeemer.
So Redeemer goes 6th fastest there.
Yep. Marlon's going to start his lap on the softs again. Tweaking though. Sorry, not tweaking. Hustard. Can he beat Tweaking's time? No, he can't.
Wow, 114.187 from Hustard there. So Tweaking's still the only driver in the 13s.
Yep. Tweaking is still on a lap though, so hopefully he can improve it and break his streak of soft banker pulls.
Coming across the line. He does improve to a 113.8. So quite a handy, quite the graphs on first position there. So we have a bit of chaos going on in the high-speed chicane there with drivers pulling out of the way. So everyone's trying to make it round to start a lap.
Marlon goes purple sector, but he half spun on turn 11.
Still have a bit of chaos going on with the racing points. Looks like the McLaren Redeemer, that would be. Marlon coming across the line.
14.0.
Improves to 2nd fastest at 114.0.
Yep. Splits the Ferraris.
Good lap from Marlon there. No longer a Ferrari 1-2, that is correct. As let's see those drivers who were scrambling around. See if they can make it to do a lap as Larson Fan starts his lap.
He just completed a lap. Hungry Caveman also starting his lap there. Hopefully he can get a good position to stay in the fight of the championship. Shifts also improves, but not enough to gain a position.
As Redeemer retires there, he's happy with his lap. As I believe the last driver on an outlap is Phantom right now, and Phantom does go across the line, so he will get his lap.
Is that another? I swear another random joined out of nowhere. Did you see that on the bottom?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was.
Oh, great.
Boosted retires. Okay. Boosted in 11th position.
It was about to be like the 3rd time someone random joined in Hungary.
Yep, happened in Tier 2 the other night.
Yeah, and Tier 4 as well.
Interesting. Hopefully we won't have to go through a lobby restart process.
Yeah, he left already, so that's
good. You never know.
Caveman is going to cross the line right now. Can he get into the top 10, possibly top 6? No,
11th place.
11th
misses out by 0.03 of a second.
Yeah, 11th is still a good place because you can fight for points if you're the leading medium runner.
It is true. He will have a chance. Signs across the line, completes his lap. Larson Fan goes into the pits, so looks...
Phantom.
I think Phantom's going to be the last one to cross the line here. What can Phantom do?
14.6. What does that put him?
Didn't quite get it. That should be in the top 10. Yeah. 6th position.
That's good qualifying from Phantom. I think he gained only like 1 position from that, but still a good time.
Yep, so here are your qualifying results. The Ferrari of Tweaking on pole position with a 113.890.
4th pole position.
Little under 2 seconds covering the field tonight with Harry Jock retiring. The order is Tweaking, Marlon, Money, Ronnie, Shifts, Phantom, Kieran, Redeemer, Larson Fan, Signs, Caveman, Boosted, Tito, and Harry Jock, who elected to not set a time.
Again, Harry Jock not setting a time.
Yep, Ferrari 1-3 right now. They're the McLaren of Marlon splitting them. Ferrari and McLaren have been a bit of a title fight recently, but Ferrari's still pulling away in the points.
Yeah, last week, Marlon and Tweaking had a bit of a, I don't know, like they had contact in the safety car, so a bit of, how would I put this? Oh, it's raining. Okay.
Oh, we have a wet start to the race
Again.
tonight, looks like. Yep.
Still
Apparently Tier 5
Yeah.
and Tier 3 had the same pole time.
Jesus Christ.
Once again, showing the prowess of Tweaking on a hot lap
Yeah.
there. Wet start to the race, though. Do you think it's wet enough for full wets, or does this looks intermediate
This looks
to me?
intermediate conditions, yeah.
Wonder how long this rain's gonna last for, if it'll dry out or not. So Ronnie, the first driver to ready up there, so we will be underway shortly. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. Currently have quite a number of viewers. Glad you're all here and enjoying the stream. Later tonight we will remind you again, but we have Tier 6 racing after this at 9 p.m. So don't go too far, but hopefully we have quite the race for you tonight in Tier 5 at Breakout Racing League. And they're on dries.
Oh, yes! Yes, this is what we need. This is literally Silverstone.
This is interesting. So all the drivers right now on dry tires, but it is currently raining.
I think it might dry up then in the session because I don't see anyone pulling off for some risky intermediate tires.
Yeah, it'll have to. And so this throws a wrench in things a bit. Tito and Harry Jock in the back still picking the mediums. So I don't know how much grip those are going to have in this interesting conditions, but all the other drivers on softs.
Yeah, the fresh softs can
softs-
go like one lap more.
Yep, and softs will be able to pick up a bit more temperature on this outlap, so the medium drivers might be at a slight disadvantage from that. The field gets a bit spread out on the formation lap, but all will be remedied when they get back up to the line. Okay, yeah, it is still raining. From the broadcast camera, it looked like it wasn't raining anymore, but on the onboards, it's definitely still raining. So we'll have to see how these drivers handle these conditions.
Tweaking is very far ahead.
Yeah, Marlon holding up the rest of the grid nicely, but Tweaking got a bit far out. As if the rain lights are on too, so this is interesting. We'll have to see during the podium interviews what these drivers thought about driving in these conditions.
Exactly, yeah.
But we are on the grid. We have a bit of a timing glitch here.
Again.
3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's away we go here. Tier 5 Breakout Racing League. The Ferrari of Marlon gets a good start. The timing boards are broken, so I'm not quite sure. That looks to like Ronnie, who got an amazing start off the line there. The 2 Ferraris slightly back. Everyone's still ghosted on my screen. I'm not sure what's going on there. There they go.
Larson's off. And so
There was
Shims.
a good amount of contact back there.
3 drivers.
Phantom looks like involved in that.
Yeah.
But Ronnie, the biggest mover here, overtaking the 2 Ferraris and the McLaren.
Yeah, Ronnie got an incredible start there, jumping up 3 positions.
So good showing from Ronnie there. The timing board's still broken a bit, but there we go. Yep, so there's the position change. Tito down in 7th, up 6 positions on the start, though. Great start from him. But Ronnie, your current leader right now. There's quite a gap already between the Haas of Kieran and Tito there. Tweaking right on the back of Marlon.
Yeah, actually, look at Jock. Finally, Jock is in the points. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but he's in a good position right now behind Caveman.
Yeah, these top 4 here. All within a second of each other. As the timing board breaks yet again. So that's lovely.
Boosted is on the back of Jocko. Decides to lift before the braking zone. Redeemer on Larson fan. Round the outside, still sticking his nose in. Larson, a little bit of oversteer there. Redeemer still beside him there. Larson around the outside, defending well. They make contact. Looks like this is Larson's line. Larson also a lot of oversteer there. Redeemer had to concede. Phantom is still in the fight too.
As that was Shifts in the spinning Renault.
Yeah, Shifts has not had a good couple of races.
We want to check in with Shifts teammate Signs here. Signs under all sorts of pressure from Kieran, but also falling quite a ways back from these top 4 here. Speaking of the top 4, it looks like Ronnie and Money are kind of running away with it because they've already pulled over a second gap back to Marlon and Tweaking. But it'll be interesting to see how long these drivers can take the soft tires given the current conditions. Money setting the fastest lap of the race so far. As coming out of the final corner here, it looks like Boosted's going to get a run on Harry Jock. Let's see what Boosted has to say about this. And stays behind, so he pulled out to look for a move, but decides to stay behind. Keep saving tires, they need a rest, try the lap another time. Oh, and that's Harry Jock. Harry Jock off. Not a good start from Harry Jock then. He was running well, but throws it all away there as he has severe wind damage. Meanwhile, Phantom gets by Redeemer there. So Redeemer falling down a couple places too. Meanwhile, Marlon and Tweaking have quickly caught up to Ronnie and Money there. So Ronnie may be starting a bit of a train here. We'll have to find out. This Tweaking goes quite wide on the exit there. I'm sure that was a warning. But quite the gap between Tweaking and Signs. That's gone up almost to 6 seconds already. It's from this elevated camera view here. We see all the drivers coming through this penultimate turn. Boosted right on the back of K-Man there. Signs goes into the pits. So let's see what Signs decides to throw on as Tweaking goes for the move on Marlon. He gets him on the late braking and holds it on the exit. So Marlon down to 4th now.
Yeah, Marlon caught napping there. He still wants to position overtake enabled down the inside. Tweaking definitely did not expect that. There was a lot of contact there. He's still going side by side. Tweaking with the inside. More contact. And Tweaking stays in 3rd. Definitely a lot of aggressive fighting there. Now Ronnie and Huster have pulled away.
Yep, and speaking of Signs who just pit there, he is now on the intermediate tire. So we'll have to watch him to see if he gains time or not.
Right now it doesn't look like so. May pull off in the end, but I don't know. Oh, that's boosted off. Larson is capitalizing through the chicane.
Boosted trying to fight back for that position loss, but doesn't look like he's going to get it this time. As already Tweaking and Marlon have caught back up to Ronnie and Money Huster there, so I wonder if Ronnie's holding them up a bit.
DRS is still enabled too.
Yeah, DRS is enabled, so as Sainz is falling a couple seconds back already, Phantom goes past him, so looks like a bit of a ill-advised move from Sainz there, going on to the intermediates.
Marlon is losing a lot of time compared to everyone. Sorry, the top three.
Tweaking, practically pushing his teammate through those corners there.
I don't know, do you think the softs could stretch out a bit more considering it's the rain? Like,
I do
maybe
think we'll
lap
see
10,
them
maybe something like that.
push a bit farther, yeah, around lap 10. I think with fresh softs we took, what, 8 laps, 9 laps?
Yeah, yeah.
So with these rainy conditions, tire wear you would think would be slightly less, as they won't have to worry about them overheating. So yeah, I wonder 9 or 10 laps.
Soft medium? Question mark? that would be.
I think that would be
risky.
a bit of a stretch on the mediums. Is K-Man right on the back of Tito there? Have to see if K-Man goes for a move into this braking zone or not. I don't think so. Yep, she's just stay behind. So those mediums of Tito there, looking not quite as fast as K-Man on the softs.
Look how much tweaking is pulling from Hustard there. Like you said, practically pushing him. Could he pull the same dive bomb as he did as Hustard? Hustard that goes defensive, tweaking. Oh my god, great!
Round the outside on his teammate.
Great braking from tweaking. They're still going side by side. Hustard. Fortunately, not well. Sorry, that was poor choice of words. But if he goes ahead still on the straight, that's Sainz.
That was Sainz there in sector 3. Yeah. So really struggling on those intermediate tires there. As the rain might be coming down a bit harder, or tire wear might be kicking in, because all 3 of these top 3 here are struggling for traction. And now Marlon's joined the party. Your top 4 here on pace really flying right now, because back to Kieran in 5th, that gap is up to 10 seconds now. So they're pulling, what, 1.5 laps, 1.5 seconds per lap?
Oh, that's K-Man and Tito.
There. That's K-Man.
Yeah.
K-Man and Tito came together. Tito coming off worse on that one. He's missing a large portion of his front wing.
Does K-Man have front wing damage?
K-Man has a bit. He's only missing an end plate, but that would still slow him up a lot. Redeemer, they're looking to take advantage of it. Tweaking, meanwhile, goes into the lead over Ronnie. So Ronnie and Huster go into the pits. Do they think it's time for intermediates?
I don't know. I think they're following their normal strategy.
No, they're going on to hards.
Ronnie's going on mediums.
Yeah, but Ronnie goes on mediums, so Ronnie might be looking for the more aggressive 2-stop there. Not sure if he has the pace to pull that off or not. Hungry Caveman and Tito, they're pitting. Both of them needed front wing repairs, so that is expected.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the undercut will work against Tweaking and Marlon. Considering it is raining, I don't think the pace is spread out.
Yep, I agree. And it looks like Tweaking and Marlon here coming up to the Renault sign, so sign's gonna have to get out of the way for these guys here soon. But you can see Ronnie and Money there on the mini-map, as that is Redeemer. Redeemer has lost it through the high-speed S's, and he's now missing a large portion of his front wing. But both Marlon and Tweaking staying out another lap. However, Marlon getting quite a poor exit out of there has allowed Tweaking to really pull away. As that's Kieran into the pits. And Ronnie and Hustard here coming up to Boosted. So I imagine Tweaking and Marlon are really hoping that Boosted can hold Ronnie and Money up a bit. as Phantom undercuts Kieran there. Phantom on pretty new mediums. But yep, Tweaking and Marlon now up to the back of Signs there, but hopefully Signs gets out of the way nicely for them, as he is ghosted too, so that will help. But looks like so that's the McLaren of Redeemer. That's Shifts and Caveman having a nice little battle through Sector 1 there. Keeping it relatively clean now. Shifts only 6/10 behind. But those 6/10 aren't quite close enough to make up for the dirty air that he's about to encounter. Meanwhile, up front, Tweaking pulling another 10th on Marlon there. As Boosted is now up to the podium position, staying out on those softs. But he has come under pressure from Ronnie and Hustard.
I still can't believe it's rain. It's second race in a row and it's raining, but not enough rain for inners. These conditions are really testing out the drivers here.
Yep. Cayman and Shifts still having a nice battle back there. Shifts now pull that gap down to 4/10. Ideally on this front straight here, you want to be around 3 to 4/10 behind. To A, get DRS, and B, be close enough for the DRS to help you make a move. As here goes Shifts, applying the overtake and DRS. Let's see if it's enough to catch up to Caveman or not. It is not. Shifts quite a ways back still. But, I was almost going to say Caveman got a poor exit, but Shifts got a worse exit out of there. Meanwhile, the leader Tweaking, pulling that gap now quite a bit as Ronnie gets past Boosted.
Brown the outside.
Quite a ways back.
Let him through, yeah.
Maybe a smart play from Boosted there. He's going to want DRS to see if Ronnie can help drag him along.
Tweaking 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Tweaking gets a penalty pulling into the pits. That is not what he wanted. It's the McLaren of Marlon also in the pits. Now let's see this group of 3 come down the front stretch here. Are they going to undercut him? They are. So Ronnie's going to go past. Boosted goes past. And the 2 Ferraris come out side by side, but it's Tweaking in the lead.
Yep. Oh, he's getting...
As Boosted goes wide, so now Tweaking's catching up.
Money's half spun there.
Yeah, Money falling way back, but Tweaking and Boosted. Boosted coming off worse on that, but Tweaking does have that penalty. I'm not sure how much longer Boosted's going to want to stay out. I know he is very good at saving tires. So, looks like he's still got a bit of pace on those old softs. But he also is under a lot of pressure from Money. Yeah, Ronnie, meanwhile, kind of running away with it. He's already got over 2/10 back to Tweaking. So, excellent race from Ronnie so far. Boosted still under fire from Money. Money looking for a move into that turn, but not close enough to make it happen. He will get the aid of DRS here. Boosted working with 100% ERS. So that is interesting. No, it's not broken. A lot of drivers up front still have 100% of their ERS left. So great management from them. As there it is, Boosted's in the pits. So your top 3 go back to the way they were with Ronnie, Tweaking, and Money. Although Marlon is right behind Money. Let's see if Marlon has anything to say about this. Signs gets a penalty for track limits there. So far on lap 11, only 1 driver track limits penalties. So these other drivers doing very well so far. Have to see if they can keep that up or not. Marlon's still only half a second back from Money, keeping good pressure on him. As Boosted is under fire from Harry Jock here. Harry Jock on 6-lap old softs. So interesting strategy calls from Harry Jock. As Marlon falls back to 8/10 behind. Hopefully Marlon can keep it together and stay within DRS. Well, Boosted still only half a second ahead of Harry Jock. Harry Jock in these softs is going to have the advantage. It looks like these hard tires are struggling a bit for temperature in the rain. Doesn't look like they're turning on as quickly.
Yeah. Ronnie on the medium's definitely flying. You could see the difference right now between them both.
Yep, and Harry Jock's still nice and tight up to Boosted. Boosted on the hard tires as he gets quite a poor exit, so Harry Jock very close to the back of him. Looks like these drivers are really having to take it easy now. See if Harry Jock's close enough or brave enough to make a move. He doesn't have overtake on, so he's not going for one.
It goes wide. Jock might capitalize.
Yep, Harry Jock in 9th place looking for 8th off Boosted, but Boosted holds on through there.
They're both not using their overtakes. Don't know
why.
why.
A lot of drivers not using overtake. I imagine conditions are a bit slippery to use it right now. So they have to wait till the downforce and high speeds comes to help them with that. As Boosted goes a bit wide there. Harry Jock very close to the back of him. Harry Jock tucking in behind the chicane. So not another overtaking move until the beginning of Sector 3 here, unless Harry Jock really gets a bad exit. Harry Jock, yep, only 3/10 behind, so if he can stay this close behind, I imagine we'll see him move into turn 1. As Marlon and Money have caught up to Tweaking there, but Tweaking falling quite a ways back from Ronnie, so those mediums working very well for Ronnie as Harry Jock pulls into the pits. Check back into your top 4 here. Ronnie running away with it in P1 right now, over 5 seconds ahead. But Money, Tweaking, and Marlon having a nice little DRS train here. As Harry Jock falls down to 12th, and as he puts on another set of soft tires. So I'm very curious as to what strategy he's going for here. Tweaking really struggling on those hard tires right now. Money and Marlon have caught up a lot. Phantom up to 5th position now on the medium tire. Good showing from him. As that is Sainz about to go a lap down again. As Shifts picks up a penalty there for track limits, as does Redeemer. Going into turn 1 here, these drivers much closer than last time around. As we have a yellow flag in sector 2, is that a Shift's getting... Oh, or Sainz getting out of the way. Doesn't look like we're going to have a safety car or anything. He's just pulling out of the way to let those drivers continue to battle. Ronnie almost 6 seconds ahead of Tweaking now. Larson fan on the back of Kieran there. So Kieran's falling off the back of Phantom a bit. Phantom also falling slightly off the back of Marlon.
Safety car. Yeah, Spines is
Because the
out.
safety car has been triggered.
Oh my god, this helps Ronnie a lot.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Ronnie gets into the pits now, so Ronnie's going to be able to... Oh, he picks up a penalty. That is not what he wanted.
Oh, tweaking also is
5
gonna
second
pick up a
penalty. Boosty gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car, so...
Jeez.
Really not what he wanted. That Delta bit him in the butt there. But safety car pulling out now. What does Ronnie elect to go to? Ronnie goes on the mediums. So he thinks he can stretch those 20 laps to the end? I'd say so in these conditions. But yeah, so safety car coming out. A couple drivers taking the opportunity to pit. As we'll have to see, that's Larson fan in 9th there coming out of the pits now in front of the, excuse me, coming out of the two Alfa Romeo, ahead of the two Alfa Romeos. But the safety car now bunching up the field quite a lot. As, I mean, that's the point. But Ronnie no longer having a lead, but he has on much fresher tires. He's tweaking down in 6th position there, also on fresh tires, and Phantom in 5th on fresh tires. So good race from Phantom so far. He's looking good to maybe get a top 4, maybe a podium if chaos ensues, but don't want to give him the commentator's curse. We'll have to see how long the safety car is going to stay out, because Redeemer is quite a ways back. Redeemer's still trying to make it through Sector 2 right now. Meanwhile, the safety car is down in turn, I think that's turn 3. The two Alfa Romeos trying to catch up. Boosted and Shifts having their own little race to try and catch back up. Not going to be able to change position, but they're going to have to push. As Boosted does have that drive-through though, so he's going to have to wait till the safety car is over to serve that. But the two Alfa Romeos now pulling up to the back of the pack. As Redeemer's still a ways away. We'll have to see if the safety car stays out another lap or not. Well, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, drop a follow, maybe subscribe even. Go check us out on all forms of social media, Twitch, Twitter. Join our Discord if you're interested in racing. You can see pretty good quality racing here. A number of tiers available for all assist ranges, so all are welcome. Safety car staying out another lap here. It looks like it's going to try and allow Tito to catch up to the back. Redeemer's still a ways away.
Yeah, if they don't catch up back in time, they're gonna... the safety car's gonna come in without him.
Yep.
Tweaking really far off in 6th. I saw him coming into the pit lane. He was just being real cautious there to not get another speeding penalty.
Yep, as we already know, Boosted falling victim to not obeying the time penalty. Take a look at the fastest lap, currently held by Harry Jock in 11th. Is looking at penalties. So Ronnie's still holding on to a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Looked like last pit stop, Tweaking got rid of it. He served his penalty. So Tweaking right now penalty free. A couple other drivers having penalties for track limits. That would be Shifts, Tito, and Redeemer. And then Boosted drive-through for not obeying the Delta during the initial safety car period. As we wait and see, safety car is in this lap, so you're going to see Money start backing up the field a bit. Let that safety car get into the pit lane before they take off racing again. So Ronnie on this fresh medium tires. He's going to be quite the challenge to the Ferrari and McLaren of Marlon and Money. But as we round the final corner, Money full throttle, taking off, so we are back racing again. Great exit from Marlon there, staying right on the back of Money as they both pull over. Money trying to break his DRS, Ronnie catching up nicely. As Kieran and Phantom goes for the dive bomb up the inside. Kieran has to let him get it. So Phantom on the soft or medium tire there, going up to P4. As Boosted falls back in position to Shifts with Larson Fan all over the back of him. Larson Fan now going up the inside of Boosted. Meanwhile, up front, Ronnie very close to the McLaren of Marlon. Going through these few turns, he's going to fall a bit back just due to dirty air, but glad to see his top 5 right now, all very close, within a second of each other.
Yeah, Ronnie's definitely gonna get hold up, but by Marlon and Money.
Ronnie getting a much better run through Sector 2 there. Phantom picks up a time penalty for track limits. Phantom now within half a second of Ronnie there. So these two on the fresh mediums, actually including Tweaking there. These three guys on fresh mediums are really taking the fight to the old hards in positions 1 and 2.
Looks like
Ronnie get a way better exit out there. Let's see if he's going to go for the move or not. Let's ride on board with Ronnie going into turn 1. And he pulls out to make a move, but doesn't actually go through with it. Let's see if Marlon gets a good enough exit. Yep, so Marlon holding on to P2 there. Slight battling there. Has allowed Money to hold that gap at half a second, but I'm sure he's hoping to get that up more. As Boosted serves his drive-through penalty, so he is now down at 13th, quite a ways back. Hopefully we get a good recovery drive from him. As Harry Jock and Tito are very close to the back of Caveman there. Yep, so this train of 5 right now has pulled 4 seconds back to 6th place of Kieran. So we kind of have 2 separate trains going on right now. One led by Money, who's currently in 1st, and the other led by Kieran in 6th. Is Tweaking very close to the back of Phantom. Phantom almost falling a second behind Ronnie. Hopefully Phantom can keep DRS from Ronnie there, otherwise he's going to be under attack of Tweaking. As Money sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far at a 123.188. Going into turn 1, the top 5 holding position. All still very close to the back of one another. And Larson Fan battling it with Kieran there, so they go side by side into turn 3. Let's see if Larson Fan goes for the dive bomb. Oh. He does, makes a bit of contact though. Both drivers make it through all right though, so that should be all right. Meanwhile, Boosted getting past Harry Jock as Harry Jock went into the pits. But Redeemer and Tito battling. As Tito goes around the outside there of Redeemer. Tito has to have picked up a warning for that one because he went very wide at turn 5. Can't do that. Ronnie now very close to the back of Marlon. As yep, Tito picks up a time penalty now. Ronnie going very wide out of that corner. Slight lockup from Phantom there, but nothing too concerning.
Yeah, Kieran is struggling a lot. He's down 2 positions and he's under pressure by shifts.
So right now, Money, the only driver really making the old hards work. As Marlon has fallen almost off the back. Phantom looking for a move on Ronnie, but not quite getting it. Larson fan down in 6th position, taking the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Ronnie goes very wide there. Not sure what that was all about. Keeps it on the track. Doesn't lose too much time. Phantom pulls out for a bit of clean air. Probably trying to cool his engine after that one. As Shifts picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Your top 3 is still Money, Marlon, and Ronnie. Ronnie did have the lead for most of the race, but pit under this most recent safety car. 14 laps left in the race. And your top 5 still in a nice DRS train, all about half a second behind each other. So no one really in a position to overtake. They're all kind of just putting pressure on one another. As they all follow each other to the right side of the track to maintain slipstream. Everybody holding position nicely. As Shifts is putting a lot of pressure on Kieran. Shifts stays behind, but he's going to have another shot with DRS on this second straight here. So let's see if he has anything to say. Doesn't look like it. He is running low on ERS. Shifts down to 30%. Meanwhile, Ronnie right on the back of Marlon through turn 5. Ronnie running low on ERS too. As all of your top 5 right now are all about 40%. As Kieran picks up a time penalty. Redeemer picks up a time penalty. So now the penalty warning's starting to add up for these drivers. About 2/3 of the way through. So I imagine a lot of them are on 2 or 3 warnings already. As Marlon, all of them have DRS off one another. Marlon closing in on the back of Money, but Money's still able to hold P1.
There's no real battles other than Shifts really pressuring Kieran. Kieran using a lot of overtake.
Yep. Still holding 5 as Larson fan slightly closing in on this top train here. He is leaving Kieran behind. I wonder if Larson's going to be able to catch up and get the DRS or tweaking or not.
Ronnie still can't pass the top 3. Sorry, yeah, the 2 cars in front of him.
Ronnie is within 3/10 though, coming out of the exit. Doesn't have quite as much ERS to play with though.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he had more, he could have made that move.
I think as long as Marlon
tweaking very close to the back of Phantom.
As long as Marlon has Money's DRS, Ronnie's not gonna pass him. Well, it's gonna make it way harder for him to pass.
Yep, I agree. Larson
still.
fan holding.
Oh.
Yeah, as Tito gets past Caveman there. Good move from the Williams driver up to 9th place. As Money has picked up a penalty. Money getting a penalty for track limits, I imagine. Let's check. Yep, 3 seconds for him. So right now, Marlon would win. And I'm not sure if Tweaking is within 3 seconds of Money or not. But if he is, then Tweaking would go up to P2. And Larson fan, I think, would go up to 4th, and Money only down to 3rd.
Oh yeah, Tweaking did serve his penalty.
So I imagine Tweaking's very glad he served that penalty. He's looking in a really good right now.
Oh, Marlon.
These drivers up top. Yeah, like quite the lap for Marlon, as it is subsequently beaten by Larson fan. So it looks like the rain it has stopped raining, so this track will get faster and faster.
Ten laps remaining.
Yep, Tweaking the closest out of the top 5 gap. Larson fan made up another 4/10 there, so Larson fan only a little over 2 seconds behind now. As Tweaking gets a penalty for track limits. Not what you want to see for him. As yellow flags, and that's Ronnie. Ronnie's gone off.
Oh, Ronnie was in a good position.
Yeah, Ronnie looking great up in P2 there, P3 there.
That was teammate.
But now Phantom is 2 seconds behind Marlon. So, yeah, that's a shame from Ronnie there. As now Phantom and Tweaking have lost a bit of time playing dodge the racing point there. Larson fan takes over 5th place there as K-Man having some troubles. I wonder what's happening to him. Not sure if he has a puncture or what, but he is sliding around a lot. Nope, I guess he just got loose. He lost a number of positions there. Meanwhile, Marlon fairly close to the back of Moneyhuster, but not as close as Tweaking is to Phantom. Excuse me, they're equal now. But will we see a move by the McLaren driver? Nope, he pulls out going into turn 5. A smart move from him as as Money loses it. So Money does a half spin there, so now he's going to be under pressure from Phantom and Tweaking. So Marlon now out to quite a nice lead.
I think the huge amount of grips that just came up made them brake early and just turn into that corner of death, which on the inside, the curb is just horrible. You spin every time. But Marlon is now leading. There's no penalties.
Yeah, so this race has kind of fallen into Marlon's hands here. It's now his to lose.
Phantom, though, running a really, really impressive podium.
Yeah, Phantom looking great right now.
He does have 6 seconds.
Let's check the penalties. Yeah, so he's at 6 seconds, so we would lose out that podium position. But if the other drivers get penalties and he keeps it clean, then he would stay P3. Let's see. Meanwhile, Redeemer closing into the back of Tito there. But Phantom in the Ferrari sandwich right now, as he is feeling what the McLarens have felt all season. Really good driving from Phantom though. Yellow flag as that is Larson fan. So Larson fan loses it on the curb of death.
Yeah, Larson fan was in a good position in front of his teammate, and he had no penalty, so he could have passed Phantom potentially. But yeah, now both racing points spun.
Larson fan now down to 6th. As he has quite the train of drivers behind him now, all the way back to Caveman in 10th. So right now you're looking at one train led by Marlon, all the way back down to Tweaking. And then you have Ronnie out kind of on an island of his own in 5th place, just running. And then you have a train of Larson down to Caveman. So That makes up your top 10 right now. Now going up to the front of that train, however, tweaking very close to the back of Phantom. Phantom does have DRS though, so that's going to make tweaking a bit more cautious when it comes to deciding to make a move.
Yeah, everyone in the top 5 has less than 50% DRS. It's insane.
Yep, Tito very close to the back of Kieran there, but Tito picks up another penalty. So Tito up to 12 seconds of penalties, not what you want to see. Meanwhile, up front, is Marlon going to break the 1 second barrier? Is tweaking? Is Money not going to get DRS? Oh, I don't know. That one was really close, but he does get it. So Money barely staying within DRS of Marlon there. I imagine Marlon's pushing as hard as he can to get out of DRS of Money. We see Redeemer closing in on the back of Tito's. Redeemer going to make a move. He does. Redeemer goes for the inside. And bit of contact. Redeemer sending a quarter spin, so he's going to lose a bit of time back to Tito. Hopefully he didn't pick up any wing damage from that. Meanwhile, up front, Marlon's still leading. His Phantom has fallen a bit back off of Money, which is interesting because Phantom is on much newer and softer tires. There's not as many battles happening right now. You have the main battle for 1st through 4th, and then 6th through 10th. Tweaking getting a good exit off the back of there. So he's deploying a lot of ERS. Let's see if he's going to go for the move on Phantom or not. Pulls to the outside. Phantom goes defensive. Let's see if Tweaking can hang it around the outside. Not really making the move work. As he is now down a lot of ERS. He's under 10%. Tweaking going deep into that turn. But Phantom with his penalties will drop down to at least 4th place right now. So I imagine Tweaking's just trying to bring it home and get another Ferrari Ferrari double podium. Excuse me, as Marlon is your current race leader in the McLaren. These top 4, though, are doing really well on pace. They've pulled out 7 seconds to Ronnie, and Ronnie has pulled out 5 seconds to Larson Fan.
Yeah, Phantom, another time penalty, though. I think that's 9 now.
Let's check the penalties. Yep, Phantom up to 9 seconds of penalties. It's not what he wanted, given where he is in track position. I think Phantom would drop down to 5th right now. Not sure. We'll have to see when he crosses the line.
Well, yeah, Ronnie has an 8 seconds, so yeah, 4th.
Marlon's still doing well, controlling the pace. Phantom falling a bit behind Money. I don't know if Phantom's gonna get DRS this time around, which will play into Tweaking's hands nicely. Let's see, the gap is back down to 1.0 seconds. Tweaking putting a lot of pressure on Phantom. Money falling Money almost losing DRS off Marlon. As Phantom so Phantom's not going to get DRS. This is Tweaking's chance to take third place from him on track. Tweaking deploying all of the ERS he has left, all the way down to 4 or 5%. Trying to go around the outside. Is he going to get it to work though? They're side by side. Tweaking does have a tire ahead. Let's see if Phantom's going to hold it around the outside. Phantom goes very deep, looking for the switchback, but not there. So Tweaking gets third place on track. Great overtake from the Ferrari there.
Sun's starting to come up now.
Yep, so the track's going to start warming up. Sun will help dry everything out. So I wonder if we're going to see a new fastest lap posted here. Maybe Schiss down in 11th on fresher soft tires can post that. There's a couple drivers getting more penalties there. So Money up to 6 seconds of penalties. So Tweaking right now would go up to second place and Money down to third. But Marlon keeping his nose clean. Tweaking not in the range of DRS. Phantom does have DRS on Tweaking, but Phantom is quite a ways back, and neither of these drivers really have ERS to spare on an overtake right now. However, Redeemer down in 9th place. He has DRS on the advantage on the Williams. Is he going to go for a move? As he goes for a big send up the inside, and he makes it work, though. What a move from the McLaren driver. Williams still holding on though. Tito has the inside for this corner. Oh, they make contact. The McLaren of Redeemer goes very wide, but Tito gives him the place back. So great respect there. Good driving.
Yeah, Redeemer needs those points if he still wants to fight in that Constructors' Championship. I mean, Ferrari 2-3. Marlon is really just carrying McLaren right now, and he's still kind of struggling. I see Money is still catching up to him a little bit.
That's some Money down. Within 0.8 of him. So these front two here, very old cars. I wonder if Money is going to make it on tire wear or not. They only have 2 more laps. So Money should be able to. But that's a great drive from the McLaren of Marlon. Phantom almost falling a second behind Tweaking there. So Phantom looking to secure his spot in 4th as Sainz has left the session. Sainz in early retirement. Tito under a bit of pressure from Caveman as Phantom picks up another 3-second time penalty. So that does not reflect well on the AlphaTauri there. Phantom now up to 12 seconds. Tito up to 15 seconds.
Yep, Marlon's gonna cross the final corner.
So Marlon heading onto the final lap of the race. That is boosted out in the distance. Boosted's race was ruined when he failed to adhere to the Delta and was given a drive-through during the safety car period. Hungry Caveman and Tito, though, having quite the battle. Caveman very close to the back of the Williams. So Caveman on the overtake. Let's see if he can get the move done. 4/10 behind. Doesn't look like it into turn 1. We'll have to see if Tito gets a good exit or not. As they come down the hill, Tito is ahead of Caveman. As Tweaking picks up a 3-second time penalty. That brings Tweaking's penalties up to 6 seconds, so he is now equal with his teammate. So Money now will hold second place as Marlon comes through the final sector into the penultimate turn. And Marlon, the McLaren, coming through the final turn, and he wins in Hungary. So quite a great drive from the McLaren, keeping it penalty free as the Ferraris cross the line 2-3. So another great haul of points for the Constructors' Championships by Ferrari.
Yeah.
As Ronnie picks up unsafe penalty. Yep, so that's normal. Phantom still holding fourth place right now. We'll have to see how that folds out, and he does. Phantom holds fourth place. Redeemer in ninth. So Redeemer does get a couple points to help Marlon in the fight for the Constructors. But Constructors-wise, pretty dominant showing from Ferrari today.
Yeah.
But as we know, it's all about who won, and that would be the McLaren of Marlon. So great drive from Tier 5 today. We had good racing, interesting conditions, safety car period that brought everyone nice and close together. And finished with a win for Marlon. As the Mercedes have boosted, crosses the line now. As Larson fan driver of the day. So there you have it. A McLaren and two Ferraris on the podium. Very good showing from Marlon today. Here it is as we look at the final results. Marlon, the winner in McLaren, followed by Money and Tweaking in the Ferraris in 2-3. Then we have Phantom, Larson Fan, Ronnie, Kieran, Caveman, Redeemer, Tito, Jock, Shifts, Boosted, and DNF of Signs. But very good race tonight. Feta will let you get these drivers into the lobby for podium interviews.
Only 2 drivers didn't get penalties today. Wow. Yep. The men. Just waiting for Marlon. Yeah. Actually, no. Tweaking you first, but yeah. No, you first, but we're just currently waiting for Marlon.
The nuts would be proud.
Alright, so looks like he's not joining. Port, can you start with the interviews?
Yep, so Tweaking. Good race from you. Very good qualifying. Pole position yet again. Not quite a great start to the race, but you ended up well in third. How were those tricky conditions at the start?
Oh man, I get like eaten up on starts normally, and then just a start in the rain, like the no traction control versus traction control, I just got swallowed up. But like kudos to everyone else. I think we had a pretty clean lap, like first lap with the front like 4 or 5 cars, and yeah, like the conditions sucked, but they were getting better like every lap. And then I also took a 5-second speeding penalty in the pit, so that might have hurt my chances of doing better than P3, but it is what it is. Like GG's to Money and Marlon. Great race.
Yep, good showing from you. As we move on to your teammate Money in P2.
Actually, I have a question for Tweaking. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, Tweaking. Obviously, very unlucky that you got that 5-second penalty. Obviously, did you feel that you can could have fought for the win today, gotten a win. Obviously, you had that penalty, but
Yeah, I think it was like my race to lose, to be honest. But like you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to how my season started, to go for 3 podiums in a row, I really can't complain. The form's like coming along, so I mean, yeah. I had a pretty good quali lap. I think I had about 2-3 tenths left in me. I don't know where I lost them, to be honest, but yeah. And then the wet start, just obviously, but yeah. If I didn't take a 5-second, I probably would have stayed on hards, and I probably would have been at the front of the pack. So it could have been a totally different race, but oh well.
All right, thanks, Tweaking. Good race from you.
Thanks, boys.
Yep, moving on to Money. Money, great race from you. Not as good as your teammate in qualifying. I think you qualified 3rd, but great race pace. Had a good battles with Marlon there. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, I'm never much for qualifying, so those 2 guys qualifying ahead of me wasn't really surprised at all. I had a great start, jumped up to P1. I was really excited, and I see this racing point to my right. I'm like, who the hell is that? So then he took P1 for the first stint or so. I put 2 laps on my softs and quali, so I came in with Ronnie at lap 6 or so, I think. Came back out on the hards and then planned to stay on until the end. I had that safety car where Tweak and Ronnie went in again. I stayed out. At that point, I had 2 warnings, so I knew I had to do the rest of the race clean. As you saw, that didn't happen. I got my 3rd warning around lap, 20. So then I was like, all right, well, if I have a 3-second penalty, I might as well start driving like a maniac. So I started really pushing hard, trying to break the gap to Marlon. And then in doing so, I offed myself. So Marlon took, position on track as well. And then from there, it was just kind of keeping with him. Because at that point, I picked up 2 more warnings, driving like a maniac. So then I got another penalty around lap 33 or so, I think, maybe 32. So I don't know. That was my race to lose. Come midway through it, and I threw it away. So, but that's what happens with 45 minutes of practice. Can't be upset with P2.
Yep, still great points haul for Ferrari and the constructors. Good points for you in the championship. Yeah, like you said, getting caught out on that turn 5 curb. Curb of death, as it's known to a lot of us.
Yeah, thankfully I didn't die, so I was able to save it.
Yeah. But good race from y'all. Good race from everyone. Marlon unable to join the party. So that's all the interviews for us tonight. Stick around. We do have Tier 6 starting up soon. But thank you for tuning in to Tier 5 of Breakout Racing League.
Peace.
thank you guys.